Now, what countries are major contributors in the global oil and fats market?
Every country tries to produce its own source of oils and fats, but it is always a competition for land allocation that countries would try to produce grains and other food crops first as a priority before producing oil seeds for the oil. And so because of this lower priority attached to producing vegetable oils or animal fats, many countries are not able to have self-sufficiency in their production. And for that reason, you find that only 3 countries are able to net export or supply more than their own needs for export to the rest of the world. And majority of the countries in the world are net importers of oils and fats, meaning that they don't produce enough to meet their own needs and therefore have to import. So palm oil happens to be making up 75% of the total net export volume of oils and fats in the world. I can say that without the contribution of palm oil, as said earlier, the market would not be able to meet its own self-sufficiency, or the necessary volume to serve the needs of the market.
Dr. Basiron, we have time for one more question here, and I'd like to end this session by asking you this. What major changes do you see coming in the global oil and fats market?
Well, first, the palm oil industry will continue to dominate in the sense that we are the most efficient producers based on our very high yield per capita of about 10 times the nearest competitor like soybean. And this yield can be improved by 2 or 3 times more. So we'll be talking about 20 to 30 times more high yielding than present yield of competing oils like soya. So that is one factor that we are working hard on in order to overcome the problems of land shortage. We have, as I said earlier, exhausted our available land for growing oil palm. We can't use the forest land because that has been locked in as permanent forest and should not be disturbed or used for other purposes. The only way to increase our yield, our production, is to increase yield, either doubling the yield or tripling the yield. That would make a lot more palm oil being available for the marketplace. And that is, I think, a major development that we are pursuing to intensive research and development, R&D, that would hopefully deliver that increase in yield that will help increase in supply of our commodity in the future.
Well, Chief Executive Officer of the Malaysian Palm Oil Council, Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Yusof Basiron, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to be with us today. I know it's been a very busy day for you, long flight as well. And so I'd like to thank you for taking time and answering our questions here on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, I just interviewed Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Yusof Basiron, the Chief Executive Officer for the Malaysian Palm Oil Council. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you very much for your time.